Hey peeps, happy Friday morning, although you're probably not going to see this until tonight. But I wanted to give you another little vlog about sort of what's been happening in the last week, a few updates, and won't be a long one this one, or it's not planned to be, but we'll see how we go. So container, well I'm at DNA, container is got walls now, no ceiling, but we'll get there. The new news though is we have secured that other premises that I put in the vlog last week. And so we're going to have 570 square meters of warehouse space, and wait for it, 4x4 DNA is going to move right next door to it as well. So this has changed everything. We're shopping, new hoists, new compressors, new everything. We've got to get that set up to be a site, and it's so exciting, really exciting. Having as great as it's been to work out of Steve Allen's Mechanical here in Virginia, we're going to have our own home for 4x4 DNA, which is right next door to Dash, new big warehouse. The warehouse alone will be 270 square meters. I'm not going to be running backwards and forwards all the time, heaps more time and efficiency. I'm stoked about that. So I'll show you a little video of us like lining up where the hoists are going to go. Every real estate agent knows this. When people start placing their furniture, it's a done deal. Look at Steve lining up where he wants to put his hoists. So I reckon we'll get 3 cars in here, and if needed, more on the other side. Next, bit of road noise, sorry, bit of workshop noise. My car has been a bit naughty with this death wobble thing. The amount of people that have messaged me, Y62 owners, that it's also having death wobbles, which is something we need to address. Interestingly, I've swapped over to stockies again. So they're just stock 33s, Bridgestone tyres. Someone actually donated them to us. They're going to be our dyno rims and tyres. So I've just borrowed them to diagnose whether this is the problem of the death wobble. And I reckon it's probably taken about 70% of that wobbling factor that I had. And must admit, it's nice to drive with good tyres. It's not 100%. So there's a couple of other elements that I'm considering and need to be checked. One is the roof rack. I think just having more weight on the roof is affecting, amplifying that wobble. And the other one is I want to get it on the HPMC pressure machine, and I want to see if that's low as well. I'll go on here, just be quieter. The reason I want to check this is the people that are messaging me have got new cars or had new suspension and have new tyres. So it can't be all suspension. There must be some sort of relationship between lifting a car and HPMC, whether that changes, like the actuator height changes, and whether that's affecting things, and maybe it needs a bit more pressure. I don't know this stuff, but I'm going to do some testing, and of course I'll share the information when I get to it. And I want to cover off, like, we've been lifting these cars for 7 years now, and like it's you can safely lift these cars without a problem, but we're, I guess, fine-tuning what is possible with these cars now. So it's just continuous improvement, and yeah, we're just going to keep getting better at this. Also, this, oh gee, it's loud. Waited for the compressor to finish. The next little puzzle piece I need to solve in my life is I move a lot of boxes, and I don't want to thrash my Y62 on the inside, the outside's looking a bit rough, by throwing boxes in all the time. And I've looked in getting a van, but I don't want to drive a van when I've got a nice Y62 there to drive. So I'm looking at trailers, and in parallel to this, I've wanted to get away a bit more off-grid when I go camping and full driving. So I've been looking like something I could go full driving as a camper trailer. As you know, I did a review on the She-Oak Lumberjack a while back. There's another one that I'm going to be trialling today, and borrowing for the weekend to test out. And what's got my attention with this one, I could potentially use it as a work trailer during the week and also hook it up and go full driving with a rooftop tent on it on the weekends. So I'm going to do a whole separate review video on that particular camper, but you'll see some glimpses of it in this video too. Also want to show you some of the killer builds that we're doing. Oh, like our new sign, by the way. It's not actually intended to be the sign, but we're knowing that we're moving to the new place. We're going to have to get another whole big sign. We're like, oh, we've got to signpost it somehow. So we just put the bush barriers up there so they can be stored there until Steve goes away next time. But the builds we've done this week, had 3 cars through. Here's 2 of them. They're not the same. They just happen to be grey Patrols. I'll show you them. And then the big one that we've done this week, this car came in naked, still going. We've had it all week, and these 2 guys have been going flat out all week on it. And it's looking sick. Kmart rear bar, sliders, powder coated black tops. The last Predator Series 1 to 4 bar left in the country. These are hard to get at the moment. And then, bash plates, cover points, airbags, all of that sort of gear as well. Zoom out. So we'll be handing this over to the customer a bit later today, and I reckon they're going to be stoked. It's looking good. What else is happening? Well, there's that. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I'm going to get you to have a listen to this while it's still in a bit of a cold start. Exhaust review time. So I'm running the Manta exhaust, which is loud and angry. I've ordered in a Torquid exhaust, which has just arrived, so that's going to get installed up next week. Steve over there has got the pacemaker, and I've got footage of AVO on my old car. So next week, if I get time, I'm going to try and do an exhaust review, listen to all of them, do drive past, listen to my idle, in the car, in the back seat, driving past, towing, all of that stuff. And so you guys can see what all the different available exhausts sound like and what the options are. So that's what I'm planning for next week. But we've got this camper. All right, now, got this camper trailer too. I'm going to talk about that. I'm just going to get my car out of the way because I'm blocking the place. All right, check out this thing. Not this thing. Check out this thing. So this isn't like a big review. This is just me having a look at how it sits and looks on the car. Oh, it looks kind of cute. Doesn't look that big, does it? So this is like a pod camper, like fully articulated hitch, weighs like next to nothing. This thing's like 500 kilos. Walk around and have a look at this thing. All like independent suspension underneath, rooftop tent. Now, why am I looking at this thing? Well, I find with the whole dash off-road thing, I'm delivering boxes, seems like forever, all the time. So I've been looking at getting a trailer for work, but then if I'm going to do that, I might as well try and get something that I can take camping too. There must be some sort of tax write-off in there somewhere. So I've been looking at a few varieties, like just getting your standard sort of 6x4 trailer and pimping it up, or 7x4 probably, pimping it up to put a rooftop tent on. And then I discovered these things. Like, this could do it all. Like, I could put all the, bar work sliders when I drop stuff to the painters in here. Then, on the weekend, empty it all out, put tubs in there, rooftop tent, and go. Like, this one's a higher one, where Pod Trailers SA have lent it to me for the weekend, and they, sponsored this. But I'm thinking this might actually be something that I might, give a good road test and buy for, helping my life. Anyway, I'm going to do a whole nother video on that. Look out for that. That'll come probably the end of the weekend. Back to this death wobble thing. Have a look down the side of my... Steve just spotted this a minute ago. He goes, look at your toe here. It's hard to see because these stockies are so sucked in, but it is towing in a bit. He goes, we've got to get this on the wheel liner before you get onto the dyno next week, for starters, because that's how you lose a few killer wasps by not having a good wheel alignment on a dyno. but also to see if that's going to help this death wobble, because it isn't gone. So back on the wheel liner and see if we can sort this out. All right, back to this camper thing. Like I'm looking at it straight away going, all right, where can I pick holes in it? Looks like it's got lighting all set up underneath here, so that's good. There's lighting inside the pod when I just opened it a minute ago. I've never used a rooftop tent, so we'll have to see how that goes. And then it's got this 270 awning. This looks interesting for another like storage bit at the front. And the water, that kind of hangs low a bit. Well protected though. Oh yeah, there's the water tank. And can we see the suspension there? Electric brakes. Suspension looks pretty good. I reckon it's airbag compatible. That would be interesting for self-leveling. Definitely looks the part, and lightweight. I'm all about lightweight. Right, this is the big build I was telling you about. Oh, it's bright. So, would you like to see it? Oh, we'll give you a little sneak peek, but the customers brought in bush barriers as well. So, would you like to see it now or with the bush barriers? Yeah, I know the answer. We'll go put them on. When you do a video and you wish you did like that click trick, I should have done that. That would look so much better. Anyway, let's go have a look at this car. There. How good does this car look? The bush barriers just set it off. Everyone that comes to DNA now just has to bring their bush barriers, I think. It looks amazing. Front bar, rear bar, roof rack, sliders, bash plates. And the number plate like that too. Oh, snorkel. We did the ARB compressor, airbags. This was a burger with the lot. Very nice looking Patrol. Alright, now we're going to go test out this camper trailer, run home, pack it, go to the Barossa, off we go. Oh, the pressure's on. Sharon keeps just bringing stuff out. I keep just stuffing it into all the little cracks. I've got like a swag in here, all our bedding. It came with a heap of camping stuff like in it for the hire, but we just keep jamming stuff in there. It's actually quite impressive so far. Gobsmacked how much has squeezed in here. Dogs in. It's like a Tetris challenge now. It's like, how much more can we get in there? It's pretty good, eh? Helmets in. See if we can find a space. Just right in front there. Early impressions, this toe's straight as a die. Like, it follows the car perfectly when I look in the mirrors. Probably using about 3 litres per 100 more than what I would not towing, so there's not that much of a drag on it. But one of the things I really like, when you look in the rear view mirror, like you can see straight over the top of it, like it's not including the vision at all. Anyway, race to camp now, and I swear the sun is just above the horizon, and we'll see if we can get there. Chances are I'm going to get there just as it gets dark. I'm going to have to set this rooftop up for the first time in the dark. Oh, that's what we do. Predictably, we're like 5-10 minutes from where we're camping, and look at the sun. It's just popped under the horizon. It's a dark setup. Oh well. Right, we got here. Here's the accommodation for this evening. Pretty impressed so far, but like I said, I'm going to do the full review and another whole separate video. Now it's time to sit back and have a cold one, and oh, I did want to show you the rear ladder on the Series 5. It's probably too dark tonight, so I'm going to have to put that in the next vlog, but there's some updates on that too. Now it's beer time. See ya next time on YouTube. Yeah.